Hey guys, it's Richard from Channel 23, ha ha ha, and it's a Bat to My Belfry movie review. Now I know what you're saying, this is not the Bat to My Belfry hat, this is actually a Joker hat, as you can tell. First off, I'm not wearing the Bat to My Belfry hat because my hair's not long enough. Also, I can't find it. So you're gonna have to make do with this, because I have to. So in today's episode of Bat to My Belfry, we're talking about the most, if not one of the most, anticipated films of 2010, Iron Man 2. It is here, it is queer, and it is... Wait a minute. I don't think that applies to this. So Iron Man 2 stars Robert Downey Jr., Gwyneth Paltrow, and is directed by Jon Favreau once again. The film also stars some newcomers. Mickey Rourke, Scarlett Johansson, and Don Cheadle, who replaces Terrence Howard from the first film. So Iron Man 2 takes place 6 months after the original film, where Tony Stark is dealing with a lot of different issues. For one, the government is pretty much wants the Iron Man suit, and he won't give it to them because he is Iron Man, the suit and him are one, as he says in the movie. Another problem he's dealing with is his company, and so to kind of like throw the pressure off about his company with that, he appoints Pepper Potts as the CEO of Stark Industries. Also, he's got the Stark Expo, so he's got to deal with that. But two of the biggest problems that he has to deal with in the film is his arc reactor, the thing that keeps him alive, is actually killing him now. And so he's a little bit more reckless. He's pretty much treating his life at that point in time, you know, like it's his last. And the other problem is there's this guy after him. And the guy's name is Ivan Vankoff, who apparently has some sort of a history with the Stark family. At least his father did. And so he wants to seek revenge on Tony Stark for what his family did to Ivan's family. Also, they also dwell into Tony Stark's alcoholism, and they also dwell into more into the Avengers thing. Because obviously that's what all these movies are made for, because they're building up to the big Avengers movie. How bad would it be if that movie sucked? Just a thought. So there's been several examples of sequels being better than the originals. Here's a couple of examples that I'll list for you right now. The Godfather Part 2. The Dark Knight. Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. Tito, Judgment Day. I think we just discovered I'm not the best at doing impressions. That was so awkward. Now, does Iron Man 2 fit in with that list of films that are generally better than the originals? No, I don't think so. I mean, as far as sequels go, Iron Man 2 really just isn't as, you know, in my opinion, as entertaining as the first film. The first film was a huge surprise. No one knew Iron Man was going to be such an amazing movie, you know, and this was huge shoes to fill. And the sequel, it kind of feels like they were trying to do the exact same thing they were doing with the first film, you know, but it wasn't as, maybe like, you know, I don't know, it just didn't have like the thing that, the feeling, I don't know. It's just, personally, I didn't find it as enjoyable as the first film. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but do you notice a similar plot between Iron Man 2 and Batman Returns? In Iron Man 2, the main villain is recruited, if you will, by a big business guy, and the two work together to try to take down the hero. However, one guy's ideas are completely, the main bad guy's ideas are completely different from the big business guy. And plus there's the femme fatale in there. Just the only difference between the femme fatale in Iron Man 2 and Batman Returns is the femme fatale in Batman Returns is actually more of a bad guy. Now, as far as the new actors in this film go, Mickey Rourke was my favorite. I mean, he's been doing great performances since he's been back, and obviously The Wrestler is a huge example of how amazing of an actor he actually is. And in the film, he plays, like, you believe that he could actually be a Russian guy. You know, the accent's just down. It's just great. You know, I personally thought Mickey Rourke did a great job playing Ivan Vankoff, which I think is, in a way, kind of an original character, which it's really not, though, because it's a combination of Crimson Dynamo and Whiplash. but it's kind of like one and the same-ish kind of deal, but Mickey Rourke was my favorite. All in all, everything considering, Iron Man 2 is an amazing way to start off the summer movie season. It's action-packed, it's fun, it's full of laughter, it's full of action, it's full of, you know, all this stuff. It's a cool story, you know, all this stuff. You know, I love this film, but not as much as I love the first one. I'm gonna give Iron Man 2 4 arc reactors, instead of stars, arc reactors out of 5. Comment question. What is your favorite movie sequel? Is it Iron Man 2? Is it any of the ones I mentioned? Is it a completely different movie? Tell me, what is your favorite sequel to your to anything? And just leave it in the comments and tell me. I'm curious. So anyways, guys, that's about it for me. You know what to do. Everything in the bottom bar, as mentioned in every video, so I don't think I have to repeat myself. And I'll see you guys next Friday for Robin Hood. See you later.